Is it wrong to say yourself?
I did what I had to do to protect our world.
Is it more fun playing the good or bad parts of your character?
Neither, because they're polarities. You want to have both contained in one character. That's when it gets rich and exciting. I love all of him. I love his snarkiness, his arrogance. I love his humility. I love the fact he's adaptable and he changes. He's still learning. He's not a complete twat.
I don't like thinking of anyone as bad and good. I don't like judging my characters. To me, it's always just about defending them and being their best attorney. Hopefully we can understand why they make the choices that they make and create a bit more empathy of maybe why people that we disagree with make certain decisions. And I think we could use a lot more of that in the world.
Try not to break the multiverse, Stephen.
What do you love most about Benedict Cumberbatch?
Well, he's our national treasure, isn't
Yes.
he? And we must protect him at all costs.
He's very goofy, but I think people know that about him. And that's one of the reasons why they love him.
I mean, he is good at everything. He's up on everything that's cool. He surfs in his spare time. He's a Buddhist. He really knows a lot about exercise. My daughter was 8 weeks old and he got me into this great pelvic floor work. So he's just very talented.
He's very demanding. He really protects that character of Doctor Strange like his life depended on it.
What's the best thing about working with Rachel and Elizabeth?
Just all of it, the whole package. Rachel, she's America's sweetheart for a reason. She lights up the stage when she's on it, and she's so damn good at her job.
Okay, don't tell me.
Elizabeth is just mesmerizing in this role. She's the first to laugh at it or herself and not take any bit too seriously, which, you know, you want that balance. You want somebody who's really committed, but also somebody who's a human being.
Could use an Avenger.
There are other Avengers.
We'll get you back on the lunchbox.
Who was the funniest on set?
Is it wrong to say yourself?
Sam Raimi, very funny, very playful man. Like physical comedy, like vaudevillian kind of stuff.
That's really kind of her. She'll work again for me.
I mean,
That would be bad.
Are you excited for your life to change as America Chavez?
It's really crazy. It's amazing, honestly. It's heartwarming to, get DMs from fans and the requests, of course. They don't think I read it, but I always read it. And it's just crazy that now I'm part of this universe. Look out!
What other job would you have in your own multiverse?
A tree surgeon, something outdoors to do with conservation.
I'd like to be a private detective.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe architecture as well.
I always wanted to be an employee at Trader Joe's. Like, I have t-shirts that say Trader Joe's. I really want to work at Trader Joe's. So basically, Trader Joe's hit me up. I would love to work just for a day, a week, a month. I'm so here.
I would like to be a farmer. I love food, I love being outside, I love plants and birds and bees.
I'd be a professional gardener. Farming is too hard, but gardening is a gentleman's sport.
Quite frankly, I'm useless. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
There is something within us. Something sacred. Something worth protecting.
Who has the best costume?
Oh, the Master Chief definitely has the best looking costume. He has the very, very iconic green Mjolnir armor that we've known for so long. So nobody can beat the Master Chief in terms of costuming for sure.
We named my costume. It's named Norman. It's one of the gray suits for motion capture. It's terrible.
Every day that I worked with Yaren, I was so jealous of her costume. I was wearing this tight, uncomfortable thing, and she was wearing these rags, these raggedy rags every day. Season 2, I want to be in that costume.
It's all I have left.
Who has the coolest character name?
I'm gonna go with Soren. I mean, he's just one of the coolest characters because he's like an intergalactic space pirate, but he also has a pretty good name.
I kind of want to say one of the Spartans, Riz and Bannock. Yeah, you can make a rap out of it if you want.
The Sang Healy I think is super cool because there was not a day that passed that we didn't have to discuss the pronunciation of that word.
I'm going with Parangoski.
Badass.
Plus, it's fun to see a strong female character who outranks everybody.
Amen.
You know?
Is that going to be an issue?
What impressed you most about Pablo as Master Chief?
I think he does a really good job of finding the kernel of this man's humanity in a way that doesn't feel overt or cheesy.
The juxtaposition of somebody who is a trained weapon and to be able to show the vulnerability within that is something that was just amazing to watch.
Actually, the combination of that vulnerability and his strength, his power, his presence is very sexy. Am I allowed to say that?
Hello, Master Chief.
What is your favorite memory of playing the Halo video game?
The memory that stands out is, how quickly I was eradicated and killed by the grunts from just setting foot in the first level. I have a lot of respect for real deep Halo gamers because this game is not easy. I've been highly trained for like 13 hours in Den of Thieves in military movies for like how to handle an actual weapon, but then I step into this virtual video gaming universe and quite frankly, I'm useless. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
When my husband plays and I get on the headset and talk to people and they don't know that they're talking to me, beware, I might be on there.
Luckily, I did not experience that.
My youngest son beating me within the first 90 seconds because it made him so happy. Yeah. He's like, this is your job and you can't even do it.
From Jedi Masters to maddening multiverses, from high flyers to Joyce Byers, here are 4 things we can't wait to watch in May, and the big questions we hope they'll answer, presented by America's Navy. Benedict Cumberbatch returns to theaters May 6th as Dr. Stephen Strange.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
After Spider-Man No Way Home, Loki, and WandaVision, we're looking for Marvel to connect the diverging Phase 4 timelines with this film.
I'm not here to talk about Westview.
Then what are you here for?
I need your help.
In theaters May 27th, Top Gun Maverick.
Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders, Maverick.
We're eager to find out what Tom Cruise's character has been up to for the last 3.5 decades and how he'll gain the trust of one of his toughest students, the son of his fallen friend, Goose.
My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
On the small screen, Stranger Things 4 premieres May 27th on Netflix.
I am ready for spring break. Mostly because I get to see you.
Besides catching up on Mike and Eleven's long-distance relationship, early trailers have us wondering why Hawkins is now at the center of an all-out war against some absolutely terrifying creatures.
Without you, we can't win this war.
And finally, also on May 27th, Disney Plus brings back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader and Ewan McGregor in the title role as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience.
We already know where Obi-Wan and Anakin's journey begins and ends, but we want to find out how Obi-Wan evaded the wrath of the Empire in the intervening years.
Stay hidden.
Add these shows and movies to your watch list now.